They afraid of the change. Think they can't drown if they ain't facing the wave. So it's divide, displace, and pray we lose our way. But we breaking out of the cage. They afraid of the change. Think they can't drown if they ain't facing the wave. So it's divide, displace, and pray we lose our way. But we breaking out of the cage. Just keep watching, it's all up tricks. Look the opposite ways to the problems you're not watching are not fixed. Don't watch the homeless in the hospices, watch this. Look, the lottery's all rigged, you got tricked. Tell the voters at the polls to make their own decisions, but don't get too involved. Whoa, it's Bolshevism. Is that fear of socialism or fear of exposing their addictions to racism and sowing division? They hope your soul is drifting, no prescription, so divide and conquer like it's old religion. Hope you're thrown in prison or a road collision. Hope you won't listen, so the mirrors in the smoke drifting. You need the grown-ups, we know what's best for you. You're easier to govern when every friend's removed, desperate begging for food. So the only thing to exceed their hate for him is contempt for you. They're afraid of the change. Think they can't drown if they ain't facing the wave. So it's divide, displace, and pray we lose our way. But we breaking out of the cage. No one ever asked you for a hug. They removed your youth clubs, then substitute them with guns. Who's truly the thugs? Think only black youth mug and shoot drugs? Well, they taking you for a mug. It's Babel times, destabilizers, truth they label lies. Now they libeled labor, so we ain't of the same mind. We ask for proper caps, proper taxes, solidarity rallies. They confect to the Brexit mess to stop it from happening. We divided deep swords it's never seen before. Now they scheme to divide us even more into 3s and 4s. In all honesty, they want us to get lost in the labels and ignore the policies. So they're afraid of the change. Think they can't drown if they ain't facing the wave. So it's divide, displace, and pray we lose our way. But we're breaking out of the cage. Every news story's brought to you by a new Tory. It's like we're on a noose and dropped off of a 2-story. They're backstopped, only way is to defame. It's too late for the games, it's tailgating. Tailbacks, they barricaded the lanes. Out of options on the rocks. There's homeless in the doorways, we're all trained to put the locks on. While ministers prepare the Christmas address, tens of thousands haven't got one. The bell rings, information well springs. We no longer all uninformed, this commentariat is melting. So they wish for civil wars, inner city wars versus pitchforks and tractors. Wish we all distracted with culture wars and more attacks, or taxes, credit scores and mortgage brackets. This is just the politics performance act, the fourth wall just cracked. No applause for these rats, we can't fall for the traps. The set's falling back, the floorboards collapse. They're afraid of the change. Think they can't drown if they ain't facing the wave. So it's divide, displace, and pray we lose our way. But we're breaking out of the cage. Integrity's in short supply. Unless it's foreign office wires and supporting finance. Supporting violence, foreign wars and tyrants. The initiative is to divide and disorganize us distantly. Disseminate disinformation on Twitter feeds. To continually deviate us from liberty. This think tank ensures we instantly think tanks. Store it image banked and hope the leadership tanks. The only thing that means it's maintained is the fear of real change, and it keeps us inanimate. They wish we were half as passionate, ripped apart at the fabric. If the change is coming, then the media guarantees that we can't imagine it. So every day they roll out to claim that we can't replace a runaway PM in this carpet-stained cabinet. We half knackered trying to balance on a sharp dagger's tip. The cardboard mannequins, so we send their hearts panicking. A gang of damn liars all gathered by the campfire. Beware the mosquitoes, read the advice of vampires. The many take another pay cut. It's lies and makeup, wait, made DUP? It's all made up, lies the truth. If you vote red, then the sky will move. The land will turn to fire and fumes. Don't question why, just let the left frighten you. Now go to mental bedtime, get excited when we exit dressed in red, white and blue. We drip fed stabby blacks and the stop and search. Unencrypted words and scary Muslims with their image blurred. But what happens when we're not actually the fascists that they wish we were? They want us to hate foreigners and be common as muck. But then we watched and saw commons come unstuck. So it's divide and choke. It's a riot show. The PM stood up and the establishment is flying low. They'll drag and leave you across the land living unequal. Next is low tax, deregulation, fracking and diesel. Arms sales, mass killing, that's legal. Then they tell you that's the actual will of the people. They're still lying to our ears. Feels like the end time's near. It's not the socialism they fear, it's the regular people peeking behind a veneer.